name's Ollie and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to be doing a quick little weight loss update. So I'm just going to be talking you through the techniques that I'm using at the moment, my current weight, how much I've lost so far, and kind of what my plans are for the future with it. Go and get yourself a big glass of water. None of us drink enough water, so go and get yourself some water and enjoy that whilst you watch my video with me. I've got my water here. So go and get yourself some water before you start watching this because you're dehydrated, hun. Right, let's all have a little sip. See, don't you feel refreshed now? That's right, you do, don't you? In today's video, I'm just going to be basically talking you through my current weight loss situation. So, one of my first videos on my channel was actually about how I lost 4.5 stone in basically just a few months, and how I did that and how I went about it. I would probably recommend going and watching that video before you watch this one if you haven't seen that one, because it does detail a lot of my specific diet instructions, kind of how I did it and stuff like that, and I'm following a similar thing this time, so I'm not going to kind of retouch on everything I'm doing. So if you want to know how I do it all, then go and watch that one and then come back to this one. This is more of an update video. We are now in 2020. How crazy is that? 2020. Oh my god, I feel like it should be like 2006, but no, 2020. So it is a good year. We are starting a new decade and we are gonna get slim. I started off this year, I've weighed myself, and I started off this year at 16 stone and 10 pounds, which I'll put the conversions on the screen here if you don't do your weights in stone. But yeah, 16 stone and 10 pounds. So at my heaviest, I believe I was about 18.5 stone, and then I lost about 4.5. So I was around the 14 mark at my lowest. That was just before I went on my holiday to Florida about 3 months ago. I don't know. I went in October, so a few months ago. Now, obviously when I went on holiday, I just ate loads and loads, and then when I came back, it was basically Christmas. So I've been on like a massive binge basically for a good few months now. And in that time, I have put on about 2 stone and 10 pounds. 2 stone and 10 pounds in a few months. It's so easy to put weight on when you're going on holidays and when it's the festive period, and I'm really feeling it. I feel awful, so I'm so glad to be back on the fasting, which is how I lose weight. I do intermittent fasting. So a really basic rundown of that is that long story short, I don't eat. I don't eat all day, and I have dinner in the evening. I always keep it below 1,000 calories. And it's usually mainly made up from protein and vegetables. I try to avoid carbs where I can, not for any other reason than I don't find they fill me up for very long, so I'll be fine in the evening, but then I'm really hungry all day the next day. So usually try and focus it on protein and veggies, a few little carbs in there as well. And yeah, so that's basically how I do it. So I do find I lose weight incredibly quickly when I'm doing that, and I feel really good in myself when I do it, but the first week is always horrific. So yeah, I've just about come to the end of my first week of fasting again, and I'm starting to feel a lot better. I felt awful for a week, headaches from sugar withdrawal, always hungry, feeling quite faint. But now I feel really good, feel like I've got a lot of energy, I'm starting to feel a lot slimmer, and we are only currently about 5 days in. So I only started this diet about 5 days ago, and so far I've lost about 6 pounds. So that is 6 pounds in 5 days just from doing intermittent fasting. Honestly, this is such a fantastic way of weight loss, but I would definitely recommend going and watching my first video because you really need to be educated on how to do it. Because if you do it wrong, you can make yourself really unwell. So yeah, I've lost 6 pounds in approximately 5 days so far. My aim is to lose at least 3 stone, so I want to get at least down to that 14 stone mark again, if not a bit lower, by my birthday, which is mid-April, because we are going on a holiday to Greece. So I want to be looking fresh for my holiday pictures in Greece. This is pretty much how I always do things with my weight. I tend to put on weight on holiday, and then when I come back I put on a bit, and then I lose a lot again, ready for my next holiday. So that's how I tend to do it with my weight gain and weight loss. I find I gain weight very, very quickly, but I also lose weight very quickly. if I'm doing it properly. Plan on doing probably monthly updates in terms of my weight loss and how I'm doing. I've got a few little tips and tricks for you if you do want to follow the intermittent fasting. So my first one is make sure you are drinking literally buckets of water. I only drink Evian water, but I like to put it in a cup. I find if you put your water in a cup rather than a bottle, it will remind you to drink it. I don't know whether it's because you can't seal it. So obviously when you have a bottle of water, you can seal it closed and then it's like out of your mind. With a cup, you can't seal it closed. So that reminds me to keep drinking throughout the day. So I usually like to try and use a cup like this. I aim to drink about 4 litres a day normally. Now I'm quite tall, so that is quite a lot. When you're fasting, you do need a little bit more water just to help fill you up, and it's also flushing all of the fat and toxins out of your body. So water is going to be your best friend when you're fasting. If you don't like water, fasting probably isn't for you, because you can't have anything with calories during your fasting period, otherwise you're breaking your fast. So if you were to have juice or something like that instead, you would be breaking your fast, so it's completely pointless. The other drinks that you can have when fasting is black tea, green tea, basically any herbal teas is fine. You can't have any milk in your tea, so that's why it would have to be black. So I do drink a lot of herbal tea as well. And then you can also have black coffee, that's fine. You're able to have sweetener because that's 0 calorie, and you can also have 0 calorie syrups, which I have a few of. They're really good as well. You can pick them up on Amazon, and they make black coffee quite nice. So I basically just fill up on liquids throughout the day, and then come the evening I will have a healthy meal. Usually try to keep it protein and vegetable based if possible. I wouldn't say I'm going vegetarian or vegan or anything like that, but I'd say I'm more of a flexitarian. So I don't know if that's actually a proper term, but I heard someone say it the other day, so that's what I'm classing myself as now. So probably about at least half the week I'll be vegetarian. I don't eat a lot of meat anyway, and then nights when I am having meat, I'll just have chicken or fish. I don't really ever eat red meat at all. It just doesn't appeal to me, it's too fleshy. Oh my god, fleshy, so disgusting, literally awful. Basically, I'm just trying to eat really healthy, trying to minimise my carb intake as much as I can. I wouldn't say I'm really doing any exercise. The only exercise I have been incorporating is I'm trying to do daily squats, just to try and tone up my legs and bum a little bit, because I naturally carry a lot of my weight on my legs and bum. So I just kind of want to tone that so it looks a little bit nicer. So I actually have an app for it, which is called 30-Day Squat, which is this one just here. And if I just show you, it's really simple apps. They basically have 6 different ones you can choose from. It is free, which is fantastic. I think there is a premium version that you can buy. But you've got beginner level 1, beginner level 2, intermediate level 1, intermediate level 2, advanced level 1, advanced level 2, and basically you just click on whichever one you want, and then they give you a 30-day plan, and you basically just do each day as you go. So you do however many they're telling you need to do. So yes, that's really good. So I've obviously started off at beginner level 1, and then I'm just bit by bit working my way through, and it just keeps you on track and kind of reminds you that you need to be doing them. So like I said, I'm going to be doing kind of monthly quick little updates on my weight loss. So yeah, if you are currently on a diet, or you're thinking of going on a diet, or you're doing fasting or anything like that, please just make sure you're doing it safely and carefully. Weight loss in general should be more of a lifestyle change. It shouldn't be like a crash diet. I think that's how a lot of people see fasting. Whatever you are doing in terms of diets and stuff like that, just make sure you're doing it safely. If you are unsure on what you should be doing, then either speak to a doctor or obviously do extensive research online. And yeah, I think fasting just seems to work well for me, so that's why I stick with it. So thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed creating it for you. Please leave me a massive like down below, and hit on that subscribe button and the little bell notification as well. If you have any questions regarding fasting or anything like that, please feel free to leave me a comment down below. And I look forward to seeing you all again very soon.